What's up? Oh shit, I fucked up. Sorry. Warning. Sorry, what a dumbass.
What?
Sorry. Calm down. You would think this is our first podcast. You would think this is our first podcast.
This is the second one for the day. We should be in good form now. Come on, get it.
All right. Warning. The following is intended for immature adult audiences. Please do not attempt any of the stunts, activities mentioned in this podcast, future podcast, or previous podcasts, such as putting a shop vac in your butt. That's if you listen to the last podcast. Shout out to the B&R payment plan man himself, Machine Gun Belly. Yeah. You and Lemon M can just suck a dick and stroke each other off. I don't like either one of you. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. We good? All right. What's up, Beer League hockey fans and fellow dumpers? Welcome to another unedited, unfiltered, worldwide dump and skate podcast. The #1 Beer League hockey podcast in the Bluffton, Hilton Head area, Pooler, Georgia area. We'll go ahead and say Charleston, South Carolina area. Shout out to our guests. The Aurora, Oswego, and Naperville, Illinois area, in the countries of Israel, Canada, Colombia, Bosnia, Saudi, Al-Qaedaville, and now officially Ireland. Shout out to Franzone. I'm the podcast scheduler, social media content creator, the guy who brings sponsors, the guests, and humor to the podcast, the broken, old, and decrepit bender, the infamous ball buster, the locker room cheerleader, the hype man, the one who doesn't lose any sleep if you don't like me. I'm the podcast graphic designer and merch creator, Jeremy. If you listen to our last podcast, you know that there's no hockey in Savannah, so send Holland Wiener pics so we still get locker room vibes until hockey is... Please do it
so much. Don't send Holland anything like that.
We're interrupting. Let me start over. Jeremy, if you listen to our last podcast, you know that there's no hockey in Savannah. Send Holland Wiener pics so we get locker room vibes until hockey is back. Abdu. With me, as always, the man that makes this podcast possible, the Wiener connoisseur. Only
what are you doing?
I just added the only podcast producer that doesn't do any editing, the talent of the podcast, but not on the ice. The most loyal friend and brother that will always have your back on and off the ice and in the locker room, the team daddy sitter, the one that I used to nag about uploading podcasts, but shout out to today. We just did 2. Jeremy, the least attractive of the Holland sisters. Holland. I waited so long for that one. I got it
so much. That's one of the few ones that really cut me pretty deep. That one stings a good bit. Oh, what a jerk hole. Oh gosh. Everything about that intro it's just awful. I hate it. No one send me any of those pictures. Please. Please don't send me that. Don't send me. I don't have one. Don't you dare. God damn. Oh my gosh.
For the Bali. Shout out of again. His password is C:\enter ###.
Oh my gosh. Oh, now I'm severely distracted. So, all right, what is up? It's terribly distracted. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, and flavors? Welcome in once again to your favorite Beer League podcast, the one and only Dump and Skate podcast. We are super excited. We've got a couple of really, really, really great guests on here. We've been talking a lot about their products, and we're going to talk about them again right now before we go any farther. They are our friends at Wizkey Wax. You can find them on Instagram at Wizkey_hockey. They've got more stuff that has come out, so this read is not going to be particularly great. So when we have them on in 2 seconds, we're going to let them talk about all the different places you can go. I think they've got a website up and running now.
Yeah.
They've added to their products. They make phenomenal wax. They've made some changes to it. They've done some things with colors. I'm excited to talk to them a little bit about that. They've got some new product with some soap that's come out. I think they've even got other stuff that they're doing. I know they've got merch like t-shirts and things, and I think they have hats. I'm not sure. I definitely know they have shirts. So, but I'm excited to let them talk about it. But if you're looking for a good high quality wax, you want to support somebody locally, these guys are out of Charleston, husband and wife duo, taking over the hockey wax game. They're our friends at Wizkey Hockey. And like I said, on their Instagram, they're Wizkey_hockey. Hit them up, look them up, and they'd be happy to get you some wax. So, and then want to give another shout out here before we go any farther to our girl Karen at Get Stitched. Get Stitched specializes in custom embroidery, screen printing, and engraving. They've been providing the Bluffton, Hilton Head, Beaufort, and surrounding areas with high quality products and services to meet their needs, whether you need sports uniforms, custom branded clothing and products, or a special gift. They're locally owned and operated, and they're dedicated to be your one-stop shop for all your needs. If you want only the best high-quality custom embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, they'll be happy to serve you. You can reach out to them at 843-473-9939. And I'm having to close an eye because all of a sudden the contact has moved right in the middle of doing that read. So that's great. Yeah. So if you love our shirts, we think they're fantastic. We've got a lot of good feedback on them. Karen with Get Stitched did them for us. Hit her up. I'm going to be reaching out to her very soon for some of my business stuff. We've got some hats and shirts that I want to get her to make for us as well. I think we're moving through our stuff pretty good, the dump and skate stuff. So we'll probably be going into a second batch order, hopefully soonish. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe. I mean, now that there's no hockey, down here.
Maybe. All right, back to the intro. Please don't send me pics of your genitalia. I do not want that anywhere near my phone. I get enough of that from people that shouldn't be sending it to me anyways. And then, yeah, why you could? That was mean. That was a mean intro. I'm not gonna lie. Shop vac, man. Sure. What a jerk. Right. I hate you much. So.
Let me do the Zeros tournament, and I'll do the intro for
here we go
for our guests. All right. July 24th through the 26th, 2026 at All Seasons Rink in Naperville, Illinois. The boys and the girls are back. There will be 2 divisions, a gold and a silver. 8 teams in each division, doubling the size of last year's tourney. Thank you for being here for that one, Holland. This is official because it's on the flyer. Returning teams will receive a discount. There will be an early sign-up discount. It's official. Go ahead and make fun of me if you want.
Who made the flyer?
Well, what difference does it make? Is there a typo on it? There's no typo on it. I made the flyer. I made the flyer.
You have the authority to hand out a discount. That's what I'm asking. Just finish your read.
Again, Holland is here interrupting the read and the ad when he gave me a whole bunch of shit during the chip.
Just finish the read.
I wish I could. And I don't even know where I left off. There will be
the whole tournament's free. If you played before, it's free. If you're the 15th team, it's free.
Whatever. All right. Look, the sponsors for this tournament.
Flyers are printed.
Now, fucking shit. Now for a second when you said, "Man, that was a really mean intro," I felt bad. Right? I felt like a little bad. Now I hope you get bombarded with genitalia. Sponsors for this tournament right now are Zero's Beverage, the Dump and Skate Podcast, All Seasons Ice Rink, Crossbar Food and Drink, B&R Sports, Chicagoland Print. If you know any company that would like to sponsor or be a sponsor for this event, please reach out to us or Chris Chelios. And if you would like, go ahead and send Holland some genitalia. Please do. Please do. Look, there's no hockey down here. Just because there isn't any doesn't mean you won't get videos or pictures still. Like we get.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
All right. Wow. Our guests must be like, what the crap are these? What did we get ourselves into? Right.
No, they're laughing. They're laughing pretty good. Okay, I can see
good.
them.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our second couples duo. First, we have a veteran and a medic that fell in love with the sport years ago. I was introduced to her because she was a social media hockey sensation. And if you follow her on Instagram, I had the honors of designing her Birdie Hockey logo, just like I did the Zeros Tournament logo, Flyer Holland. I designed it. She also is no stranger to the Naperville area, as she took a vacation to Naperville, went on the outdoor rink, and ran into our good friend Chris Chelios. She is a huge Martin Brodeur fan. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the co-owners of Wizkey Hockey, Jessica Birdie Dangle Snyder, and her fiance that grew up playing in the Charleston area and played for the Charleston Wolverines. He went to college at the University of South Carolina, where he played club hockey his sophomore year. Then he came back after a 4-year hiatus to live the beer league hockey dream, where he now plays on a team that just started. And if I'm not mistaken, he is a huge Michigan Wolverines fan, go blue, diehard fan here too. Ladies and gentlemen, the other owner of Wizkey Hockey, Nick Wizkey Hockey, was I might
I knew it.
That was close. It was close. Good attempt there. Yeah, go blue. Go blue.
I'm big, huge fan. Thank you for being on the podcast. I gotta ask, do you guys pee in the shower?
Yes. I think
it's.
You think you don't know if you do?
No.
Like, I think I do.
Universal. It's universal in this household.
I think Jeremy might be the only one who doesn't.
I do not. I've tried.
Abdu's our only
I'm gonna go take a shower
peer.
right now. I'm gonna go take a shower right now.
You have doers, you have liars, and you have Jeremy.
Facts.
That's what it is.
I don't pee in the shower, but I do drop a good poop in the shower.
Oh.
No, I don't. I don't.
He doesn't.
I don't.
He does not. He does not. Holy smokes, guys! We're really happy to have you guys on. We've been talking for a little while, trying to get our schedules coordinated. I know you guys got a house full of kids. You got one hanging out with you there, so appreciate you guys making the time. And this is in the middle of a football Sunday and a hockey Sunday for you guys. So, Jess, you played this morning, and Nick, you played earlier today, and Nick, you got a game tonight, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
All right, good. Well, we'll try to be quick with this and let you guys kind of get through the rest of your day. But really quickly, tell us a little bit about how you got rolling in making wax. I know one of the things that I read when you sent me some of the info on it was that it was a paraffin-free wax. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So tell me why that's an important thing for you guys.
I think, before I met Nick, I was always like a health guru, I guess. I did bodybuilding for a long time and did completely clean eating and all that stuff. I was almost, I guess, borderline hippie like, if you will. Nick met me when I was still putting water out during full moons and stuff like that. I used to be kind of a big hippie. So making sure that like everything we touched and, our kids potentially could touch was healthy, I guess, in a way. And we noticed some of the bigger companies had a lot of fillers, I guess is the best word to say. A lot of things that we necessarily couldn't understand what they were doing in the wax. And then performance-wise, we just weren't happy with a lot, not all, but a lot of the big named brands, which we won't say. Performance.
Do you want us to say them? I can say them all if you'd like me to. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that. We'll tag them. We'll tag them all later when this get posts later. Like
a lot of the time, we found that the best waxes that people liked using on their hockey stick weren't hockey waxes at all. So,
yep.
We
had people tell us that they would melt down candles. And
so funny story. When I first came back, I took some time off and didn't play for 10 years. When I came back, I had no wax in my bag. So the first time I hit the ice, my wife has those like hot plates, the wax that melts in them. And it was the only wax I could find in my house. And so I had like cinnamon smelling sticks that were like red colored, and guys were like, "Oh man, the locker room smells phenomenal." I'm like, yeah, it's my
wax.
Candle scented wax, guys.
Liar. Sorry. He used his bikini wax.
My cinnamon scented bikini wax. So what, tell me, cause I don't know, cause I clearly not that big of a health nut. What is the downside to paraffin and why not put it in there?
I don't think there's, all right. So I won't say there's necessarily a downside to it. I think that it's like when you're eating food and there's like a weird little filler in it that's not necessarily bad for you per se, but it's why is it there type of deal.
Sure.
I think what paraffin does, from my understanding, it kind of maybe is more of like a preservative in sense of like what is a preservative in food, if that makes sense.
Yep.
It's just, for us, it was like, why is it even in there? And we were finding that the wax that we were using just wasn't doing its job, I guess. To what we just
didn't have a use for an ingredient that doesn't play a part in our formula. So I think more so I think we would more so emphasize that it's made with ingredients that are all they all play a part, and
there's a reason why
we don't have any fillers in our wax.
Yeah,
so
purpose built wax. Yeah,
exactly, and
it does its job. That's the biggest thing. The job, I think, of wax is ultimately to protect your tape, so you're not having to retape. Say you play 2 or 3 games a week. You don't want to constantly have to.
We're not playing till next year.
Stupid Savannah, huh? But like, there's sometimes that Nick or I would have, Nick sometimes would play 3 games a Sunday, and it's like he would have to retape his stick. Yeah, like nice. He's a sought after player.
I'm playing 2 back tonight. Yeah, so I got a 9:45 and then one right after it at 11.
He's good. So guys,
it'll be a brutal Monday morning for sure.
Oh.
They seek him out when they need subs. Like he's sought after.
So he's a stud. He's
a stud. That's why I'm marrying him.
Such a humble guy right there. No, not me. No.
Yeah, if he didn't play hockey as good as he did, there would be no Wizkey Wax brand. Like he's really good. But we were wasting money on tape. We were wasting money on wax that didn't necessarily do what we thought wax should do. And then, I got pregnant with our first baby, and I had to quit my job for a little while, and I was bored, and we were kind of thinking, like, what could we do that could bring in a little income, but could also give me like a purpose as well, as corny as that sounds. But, that's kind of where it came to light. We were kind of just thinking we wanted something that we could have pride in. We could sell to other hockey players and know that it was doing what we were selling it to do, I guess.
She was the hamster on the wheel in a lot of this. I think we collectively came up with the brand together, but she wanted to start a small business and one of the facets that she was passionate about. Yeah. So it's something we both kind of vibed on, and it's been cool. It's been a great experience so far, the ups and the downs. But yeah, it's totally ours, and I feel like there's nobody out there that's kind of doing it like we are that we know about. So it feels good. Just trying to market and expand from being a small guy is probably the toughest part, but we're that's a learning experience for both of us. So
yeah, I know Zach Sprentz ordered some, and when he did, I was like, I gotta try it. I want to put it on my stick.
Yeah.
No shit, I lie. I kid you not. I scored 2 goals that game. After that.
What he didn't tell you was he scored 2 goals on his own. During warm-ups on his own goallie. So it's not as impressive as he originally made it sound. Yeah.
Well, then after that, I went on a dry spell.
That is a puck in the back of the net.
After that, I didn't score like the rest of the season.
No, it's fine. I am not known for scoring, and I put in 5 last season, and I only played like half the season. I'm like, it's definitely the wax for sure.
But yeah,
so I bought. Sprint's got some, and I bought some, and I think I bought several runs from you. Yep. I think I bought the original whiskey and pineapple medium tack stuff. It was the purple, and then that's what's sitting here next to me. And then when I think you bumped out the protectant and the super tack, I bought those, and I'm going to foul up the flavors. But one of them smells like laundry detergent, which is laundry detergent is the wrong scent. It's a good scent. Yeah, it's not bad. But what is the scent that the protectant one is?
It's watermelon.
Watermelon. No. The super. The strawberry. I thought the super tacky one is the strawberry one.
Tacky is so we have the 3.
All right, so then I'm telling you the wrong smell. So disregard what I just said.
We have the 3. There's the non-tacky at all is literally just there to help protect your tape. There's no extra tack to it. It just creates that water barrier between your tape and the ice, and that's watermelon. Then the midline one, which you said comes in pineapple and also whiskey scented.
Yep.
A little bit of tack, same protectant, and then the super tacky is our most popular by far.
Really?
And is the strawberry scented one.
It's really good. Now, so I got the medium tack ones first. Liked them, had no problems with them. I bought another round of them. I think I bought another medium tack, and then the super tack and the protectant one, and I've used them all. I like the super tacky one the most. Probably stays on my tape the longest, if that makes sense. So it's not tacky the whole time, but I noticed like the protective one, like I'd have to recoat it every game if I'm using it. Again, the biggest thing I noticed, and the reason I was so curious about the paraffin stuff is I've used some of the other big box brand waxes before. In fact, I've got one sitting in my kid's bag that he at this point prefers the Wizkey Wax because it feels different in your hand. So your wax, no matter which one it is, feels, this is going to be probably the wrong terminology, but almost more rubbery than other stuff. The other ones feel almost like a chalky version of wax. And so I assumed that was what the paraffin was like you described it, some sort of preservative that kind of made it feel different. And to me, if that's something that's added in there and it's a preservative type thing, it does probably jack up the performance a good bit. Yours feels like rubber. It feels like rubber going on. You can feel it transfer into the tape really good. And so we got a couple of coaches that their kids buy some like really random, like screwball super tacky stuff. And I showed them the super tack wax when I first got it. And they were like, well, is it this sticky? And they had some stuff that like, it was like pine tar on your hands when you grabbed it. And I was like, no, it is like, look. And so we may try to get some of those. They're actually over close to you guys. So I know your original stuff had colors on it. So it was like a blue, purple, and a red, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And you just sent up the stuff you sent up to us with us to Chicago had no colors on any of it. And I think your note made some comments about you guys bumped away from the colors. What was the reasoning for getting out of the colorfulness of the wax?
So there were some teams that approached us locally, a couple of the travel teams, and
youth teams especially.
They wanted to pick up our wax, but they had to color coordinate to per the guidelines of their team, their team standards. They would have to have either white tape, black tape, or the color tape of their team. So we had to, for those orders, we've had to steer away from color, but in the future it's something that the kids really we've learned recently that the kids,
they like it.
They really love it. So it's one of those things that we'll probably bring back in a limited fashion just for to offer to the younger population, but it's something that we'll definitely keep around. But for most of our sales and the mass of our production, we'll probably leave out color just for that reason.
Or like maybe make it like an add-on. Like you can request a color at, I don't know, like 50-cent extra cost or something like that. But it was just, I think especially with like beer leaguers too, I think beer leaguers have there's a weird like taboo with beer leaguers. I've come to find where it's like, especially the guys that like maybe played college and now they just play beer league. It's like, oh, I'm only used to a wax that doesn't release color, and now you guys have my tape looking red, and this is weird, and I don't want it. I don't want
to. High maintenance bitches.
Yeah, like for me, I was like, I could watch Nick's team play, and I would be like, he's got Wizkey Wax, because their tape was all red, and I was like, this is sweet. But like from a marketing standpoint, it was actually kind of like a, hey, that's Wizkey Wax out there. But then like some guys would be like, oh, I don't like this. So I don't know. It kind of like hurt to take the color away a little bit, because that's where we were kind of standing out from other wax companies. That they have like the light blue and stuff like that, but a lot of wax that comes out, they're just white or like a yellow. Or
I was gonna say yours is like it was like a yellow cream color. The ones that we had in Chicago with us, yeah.
That was just the natural with what the ingredients were in our wax, and but I kind of do miss the colors. It just made it seem a little bit more fun.
Bring the colors back.
Yeah, we probably will. I mean, the good thing about being a small business is that we can make those decisions
you can do whatever you want. That's right.
Yeah.
But Holly, to add on to the 3 different kinds of wax that we have, I would say more than just wax protectant, the 3 different layers kind of adds to the feel that player prefers. So the tacky wax is going to give a more pillowy feel. It's gonna feel softer on the tape. Receiving passes is going to feel a little easier because he
wouldn't know no one passes to him.
so receiving passes and giving passes, it's gonna feel a little softer on the tape for those players that like a rigid feel and they like feeling that puck hit their tape. And really having to cradle it, they might opt for those are usually the people that don't really prefer wax at all. And that's the people that like that rigid feel, and that's kind of why we made the levels to it. So
you guys did some research on this, huh?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, throughout, like, before I met Nick, all I was doing was kind of traveling to different rinks and stuff, and I met a ton of hockey players. And the big guys, like, I was in with the hockey sauce guys, Vinny from Chicago, all kinds of people I was meeting, and I was learning, like, I came into hockey fresh. I've never played. So I think this is like my fifth.
So what got you into hockey? Because that's how I found out about you. Like, you were just a huge, like, social media hockey.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere, I think. So I used to play soccer. That was my sport when I was growing up. I was really, really dedicated to soccer. That's all I did. And then I joined the military, kind of fresh out of high school, and that fell off. But I always missed that, like, team sports, playing with a team type of deal. And I was just bored, and I got into bodybuilding for a little while, and I realized that, like, this is cool and I'm really good at it. I was winning shows left and right, but there was no team feel. And I was missing out on that team feeling, I guess is a good way to say it. I moved to South Carolina, and it was a funny story. I was working on the ambulance, and I was at a station, and it was like a slower station. So I popped up a hockey net, and I was out there shooting pucks into this net between calls, and a cop that works for the same county as I was in, he drove past the station, and you could hear him just screech to his brakes, and he reversed really fast back. And he came into our station, and he was like, "Hey, do you play hockey?" And I said, "I'm just, I'm trying something new. I've never played. This is just something I don't have soccer anymore. I'm looking for another team sport." And I just decided to try hockey. It looks fun. It looks hard. It looks challenging. And that's what I like. And he got me playing on, the team here. It's called the Enforcers. I think they're kind of on their way out, unfortunately, but it's a first responder military team. I had no business being on that team. They're all like,
I can relate.
Yeah, they're like D1 AHL players that, aren't playing that level anymore. So they all got together and made this team, and there were absolutely phenomenal players. And then there was me kind of stumbling.
Was it intimidating?
Oh God. Yeah, it was, but it was fun because I was the only girl. So at the time, so they kind of
Colin can relate to that.
If it was like, if Jess got the puck, you let her go. And it was fun. And it sparked this passion. And ever since then, hockey was just something that I was obsessing over.
Best sport in the world.
Yeah, it is the best sport in the world. Like, screw soccer, it's hockey. I wish I was playing hockey the whole time. Like, I messed up as a kid for sure.
Actually, you may not have, and I'll explain. So I saw a study here recently where most of your pro hockey players, like 40% of them played competitive soccer all the way up into high school.
Yeah.
So there is some crossover between the two sports. My 16-year-old son plays soccer, loves it, never really got into hockey at all. And then my youngest son, who's 11, loves hockey, started to like soccer, but basically when he found hockey, he was like, hey, I just want to play this and get really good. I don't want to do anything else anymore. So we got a little bit of both of those in our household at the moment.
Yeah, I think hockey, in terms of like the sport itself, came easy to me. Not playing it, God no, but like actually figuring out the sport made a lot of sense because of soccer. There's a lot of the same kind of strategic, I don't know. It's the strategy is kind of the same. So it was like I was smart in the sport, even though I couldn't play the sport at the levels that I think I was being pushed into playing. I guess is a good way to say that. But hockey made sense to me right off the rip, and I think you're right. I think soccer had a lot to do with kind of figuring out the sport itself. So
I have a question. We have a husband and wife duo. Holland, correct me if I'm saying this wrong. The wife refuses to play on the husband's team. Is that correct?
Refuses to play is probably pretty strong. I would say she prefers they play on their own squads. Yeah. So now they are arguably at slightly different talent levels. Yeah. She is a little better than he is because he has she grew up playing, and he played a little bit of roller when he was younger, but he never played hardly any ice. So he's only been on the ice for the last 3 years or so. So she is in our mid-level, what we call our B league, and he is playing in our lowest level, which is our C league. And they both, for the most part, fit within those leagues. There's some growth happening that's going to strain some of that a little bit. But they're a league difference between the two of them, basically.
Do you guys have that kind of issue, or does Nick's like, hey, look, does he help you out? Does he coach you? No, do you guys even play on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that so I don't know if you guys have obviously heard of the Headbangers tournaments.
And Holland played in it.
We love those guys.
Yeah, the guy that runs it, George. I played with him on Beer League. He used to play here in Beer League, and he was on my team for a couple seasons. And that's, I started off, I played the very first Headbangers tournament by myself, and Nick and I had just freshly started dating at that time. So he didn't play. But I did. And then after that, we started playing the tournaments together. And it was like, I love playing on his team because he does motivate me, and he gets me. He says, just go here, I'll find you. That kind of stuff. I'm like, ooh, good. And then he'll do it. And God forbid.
I'll date Nick.
Hell yeah. Like I'm where I'm at today because of Nick. I'll say that hands down. He'll tell me something and I'll be able to do it my next game. Cause we don't play together on Beer League.
You're gonna make me tear up.
We don't play together on Beer League. We're the opposite. He's B League. I'm lower C level. But he'll be able to coach. He's a good coach. So he'll tell me what to do. I can do it my next game and I'm doing well. Like I'm doing good now. I can play in the level that I'm at with confidence, and I can score goals now, and I can be open, and I can, get the higher level players on my team now. They'll be like, Jess, you were in the perfect position. And I'm like, it's all because of this guy telling me what I should be doing each game. And
she's a smart player.
I love it. I love playing on his team. I actually stopped playing Headbangers because he started doing the upper lower, and we don't get to play together anymore. So it's just not as fun for me. Nick still plays.
Do the boys even? I mean, you guys don't even know how we met. We actually met playing on the same Beer League team.
Yeah.
That's how me and Holland met. That's how this
our relationship started.
So I'll get a little dark here. October 2020, I got a DUI, and I had not met Jess at that point in time. And I was not in a good place. And I went over to one of my buddies' houses that I used to drink at, and I was just saving up money for my lawyer. I wasn't even worried about playing hockey at that time. This is during my hiatus, and he pretty much forced me into getting back onto a team, and that team had Jess on it, and And I eventually met her through that team, and it's been.
It was a Unibombers. It was a unicorn,
since, so.
a unicorn riding an A.
What a great
Unibombers! That's incredible.
Yeah.
So it's been good ever since. It's
the best team ever. A unicorn riding a nuclear bomb was the logo. Sweet.
But
he was way too good to be there. We were like a D level team at that point.
I didn't take it seriously, so me and that same buddy would we'd pregame every freaking game, and I got a little too turned on the playoff games, and
they lost us the tournament.
I definitely blew it on championship day a couple seasons in a row.
They were our two best players at the time. It was before we really had rankings. I know we're kind of going off on a tangent, so stop us if we're.
You're good. It's a hockey podcast. We're talking about hockey.
But yeah, man, that's how we met.
We didn't have ratings at the time here in Charleston.
We actually want to do the way you guys do evals and ratings, kind of like you guys do. You guys,
Nick,
Charleston does it pretty.
Nick, do you know Radek?
Yeah.
Radek Klauda. He's Czechoslovakian, big tall guy. He used to play in Charleston here? A good bit. I think he still does.
I think I know who he is.
Defenseman.
There's not a lot of them.
I'm not familiar.
Not a lot of Czech
Yeah,
guys.
he's good. I would imagine he's playing at your level or somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know everybody in the league. But.
Yeah, I don't know all of y'all's levels, but he's one that our first season. So I've known Radek for years. When he and 4 or 5 other guys all kind of immigrated from the Czech Republic over here. We had a roller league in Savannah that was a pretty vibrant roller league years ago. They first came there, so I met and skated against them, playing roller hockey for a long time. And when we got our ice stuff going again here 3 years ago, Radek obviously jumped right in, played in the league. And he mentioned at the close of the first season trying to rank our players. So he was like, just like what Charleston does. So I asked him some questions, and he talked about their rank skating, the ranking skates or the eval skates where they give out rankings, whatever it is. Yeah. And so we modeled some of what we do after that so that we could try to rank and grade players because we do have guys that want to play more than one league. We're a little limited. So we can rank guys so that we allow them to bump up or down a league if they want to, but with limitations and things like that. Sounds like Charleston has some similar parameters around guys. I know we've talked with Abdu back in Naperville. They have some similar parameters, guys that are ranked certain things being limited if they're playing down and stuff like that. So, we're going to be moving to a model similar to that. It's funny you mentioned George because George runs the leagues now in Jacksonville now.
Yep.
And so Abdu and I met doing a BLPA tournament. Are you familiar with? Are you guys familiar with those?
Yeah. Nick Freehart,
Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan of him or of that outfit. I got no problem saying his name, and it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Him and 2 of his buddies that run or were running the BLPA, they came to Savannah 3 years ago or so. Came in. We had accidentally loaded up a team through their draft process. The way they graded out some of our guys was like flat wrong. So they ended up with essentially the equivalent of about 6 A-level to B-level skaters all on one roster. And then a bunch of D-level skaters. So they rolled everybody. And they
I don't know what
perfect. I love that. That was my house an hour ago, so I love it. Yeah, he was not happy about that. He felt like we kind of sandbagged it or something, and he kind of made it known that he thought that. But then also, they were probably the most arrogant guys I've ever met in my entire life. They thought that where they're from in Columbus was just the greatest hockey in the entire world. Yeah. Like all of our guys here couldn't even hold a candle to those guys. Like we were D-level players at best, the whole lot of us. I was like, guys, you're talking about 4 or 5 guys that all played Division I hockey that are out here that I know who they are. I mean, I'm a club college guy, so I'm definitely not anything special. I'm well aware of that. But these guys are not slouches that he's referring to. Yeah. And so it ticked me off that he talked that way. But what the really, really like the thing that really sent me over the edge with him was the team I was on was playing his team, and him and one of our local guys who also happened to be on my team kind of got into a little bit of a pushing and shoving thing. There was about a minute and a half left in the game, and so they were short referees that morning. They had actually reached out and called one of our local league refs to get him to come in and ref. So he came in on a day that he was not planning on doing anything. was reffing this game, called both guys to send them to the box and told them, hey, you got a 2-minute penalty, both of you. There's a minute and 30 seconds left in the game. Just go ahead and leave the ice, just so there's no incidents. The ref doesn't know anybody. He doesn't know any of these guys. I knew him. That was it. Nick gets done with the game, goes into the locker room, gets half undressed, apparently stomps back around to the referee's locker room, looks the ref dead in the face, starts to insult him and stuff. The referee doesn't really sit down to that, kind of mocks Nick a little bit about wanting to win a, toilet trophy or whatever. Yeah. And so Nick says, how many more games do you have left today? And the guy tells him, well, I came into ref 4 and I've done 2. Nick throws $100 at him and says, you have no more. You're done. You can leave. And so I was like, yeah. Now I found all that out after the off the ice stuff after the fact. So I didn't have a ton of respect for the guy in the first place. I was glad he was bringing something like that here. But when that happened, it went from a little bit to absolutely none. I do not like him whatsoever. I will not support his tournament outfit. And the part that's probably the biggest is George runs a better program. The Headbangers is relatively unique in what they do, and it's very, heavy metal and stuff like that. That's not 100% what I love. What George does and the way he runs it, the way they run their draft, the way that you have so many guys that repeat coming to those tournaments. So a lot of these guys know each other. And so even though they don't play in the same barn, they might be guys from little pockets of areas. So you kind of get clusters of guys that kind of draft the same guys over and over, or they know who they are and all. And so I've done 2 Headbangers, I think. They obviously were both in Savannah. I loved them. I thought they were great. And so I think George does a bang-up job. I thought all of his people did a phenomenal job. Very, very, very nice group of guys and girls. I love it. I'd support those guys again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, George he's awesome. And he's so charitable as well. I think there was one time that I was pregnant with my middle child, I guess, because I have a teenager that's from a different relationship. And then Nick's first is Charlie, our little girl. I was pregnant with her, and there was a Jacksonville tournament coming up, and George let Nick play for free. He said, I want you guys there. I want you guys to come, have some fun, and I want Nick to play. So he let Nick play completely for free. We had to pay for travel and hotel and all that, obviously, but he waived the tournament fees. And I think he helped us out a couple times with hey, we want to play, George, but we have 2 babies and funds are a little tight for us right now. And he'll let us, kind of do a payment plan or whatever we need to do. George is amazing. He's amazing. And
let's get George on the podcast.
He needs to be. He's a great guy.
That's serious.
And he's always been that great guy. He hasn't changed at all. I think he might have gotten a little bit more stressed out, maybe a little bit more busy, I guess, than he has been, but that's because his tournaments are doing awesome. He's doing so well with his tournaments.
He runs a tight ship now. So it's he's had so many, you experience the mishaps of running a tournament and then you learn from those. So, he's done he's done a good job adjusting and making things foolproof.
Yeah. And I can tell you, I worked for the pro shop for the Ice Palace for a little bit while I was pregnant with my
I remember that. Yeah,
I worked for the Ice Palace and I worked in the pro shop. It was awesome. I loved it. And Nick came in during a BLPA tournament and he had boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff that were shipped to our Ice Palace pro shop, which is fine. But he came in and he demanded to be let in before hours and we were talking, and it was me that had to talk to him. And I was like, hey man, so it was a funny story when I was doing the hockey social media stuff where Jeremy kind of fell into my friend group, I guess.
I was stalking.
Yeah. He was stalking. You're not the only one. Don't worry.
Nick wasn't a thing. Nick Lehart and the BLPA weren't a thing. He actually was on a podcast when podcasts were still kind of only verbal podcasts, I guess. There was no videos to the podcast per se. And I was on one. And that podcast that I was on was actually the 2 members of the 3. And this is years ago, so I might be kind of mismatching things. But from what I can remember, there was 2 guys that interviewed me kind of like now. But they called me on the phone and they actually asked me about Nick. And I was like, I don't really know him that well. But I guess he was part of that podcast, and he screwed him over. Like he took money from him, and he took clients from him, and whatever they were doing, there was like a big drama between those guys and Nick. And I was like, well, that's not my place at this point. But then I ran into him when I was working at the pro shop, and I was like, dude, you are a douchebag. Like, you are an awful human being. He was just like, you act like you're so much better than everybody else, and all you do is run a hockey tournament. It's a draft.
All you do is poorly run a hockey tournament.
Yeah, and it's an overpriced hockey tournament, and the only thing good to come out of your tournament is the jerseys are kind of cool, but like that's it. Like, you don't have a tournament that's like,
as long as you're an XXL. As long as you're an XXL and you need like a quadruple X basketball shorts to cover your pants, like these are
yeah. So I ran into him personally after knowing him through only social media at the Ice Palace, and I was like, oh dude, I don't like you, and I've never done, and I will never do a BLPA tournament.
Yeah, here again, going back to talking about George, what George and Headbangers does that is so much better is they're so more well prepared and planned out that the teams are put together so you can get a jersey that actually fits you, that you can actually, if you are a jersey guy, which a lot of these guys are, they love the jersey stuff, you can still wear the jersey. And so, sure, does the BLPA have some pretty high quality jerseys? 100%. But I'll take $150 cheaper tournament entry fee for a jersey that fits, that looks like everybody else. And like I said, I like what George does. The way he's organized and planned everything is like head and shoulders above anything that I ever experienced with the BLPA. So
and he's just awesome. And then the free beer, if you're a beer drinker, and the free beer, that's awesome.
Oh, on the jersey pickup night and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, it's throughout the tournament.
They do that throughout the tournament?
So until he runs out, but then like he'll run out and he'll go out and buy beer himself, like fresh out of pocket.
Yeah, so he'll buy a keg or two.
Yeah, he's
on his
George is the man.
Wait a minute. I know why we didn't experience that, because we were in a city-run building, so he couldn't do that where we were at.
Yeah,
in the Savannah.
I don't know about Savannah.
Yeah,
but
she met Cooch. You met Cooch, right? The owner of the Zeros and Ponton.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about the second one.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was messaging her because I was going to try and meet up and meet them and everything like that. I think I was sick.
Yeah, he ghosted us. We waited around and he ghosted us.
I didn't ghost him.
Tracks. Whatever. He probably fell asleep at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think he might have.
Look, I was even going to say, are we still on for this podcast at 5:00? Because if not, I'm going to bed. That was at noon. That was it.
Oh man! So
you guys,
game times just sometimes the Ice Palace is back. So.
I'll tell you what. I'll do anything to have an 11:00, 10:30 game right now.
Dude, I don't know how you like. We had that 2:00 game, and I was like, "This is beautiful," because
prime time. Prime time.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was, and I write all of our schedules down, because not only do Nick and I play, but our teenager plays as well. With high school, and she's also on like a girls team now too, so she's got two schedules. So I write everything down, and I'm like, God, I can't go to any of Nick's games because they're at like 11:00, 10:45. This is crazy.
Hey, when we had last season, I played on 3 teams: our A team, a B team, and a 40 and over team. So I was at the rink almost
every day,
pretty much 3 nights a week for sure. My kid was practicing 2 nights a week. Now, 2 of those 2 nights overlap with the others, but we had C League games on a Sunday, so I was up there for those. So there was 4 or 5 nights a week I was up at the rink, and the nights I played, most of the time I was up at the rink until at least midnight. So
this
again,
dickhead would keep me out till like 1 a.m, and I'm telling you, I'm no lie, I go to bed like around 8. But there were times like, hey Jeremy, let's just hang out in the parking lot. All right, that's fine. We'll hang out in the parking lot. Next thing I know, he's like, gotcha, it's past midnight.
Gotcha.
Then there's other times where like, hey, let's go get some pizza. No, because it's gonna make me shit my brains out. And then it's like 2 a.m, and then he'll pull up next to me. He's like, hey, let's talk for a little bit. Rolls down his window, and it's like 3. And I still automatically get up at 6. And
me too. I've got 4 kids in the house with me right now. We got a 5th one that's not here at the moment, but he's going to be coming back, live with us end of this year. But my 3 youngest ones all get on a school bus, and their school bus picks them up about 6:30, between 6:30 and 6:45. And so 7:00, I call him like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" He's like, "Shut up, I hate you."
So really quick, I have 2 more questions just because Holland talks forever, and I wanted to get these in. You guys do a soap, right?
Yep.
And then my second question is, recently on your social media, who does your posts? Like
it's me slowly. So Nick has a job still, so he's working. I just take care of the 2 little babies, so I have a lot of free time, quote unquote.
She does school full time.
I do school, but it's school. But it's me trying to learn how to do social media, and I'm not great at it, but I'm trying to learn how to do it.
As a graphic designer, that's what I do. Your post now, is that AI or are you actually like designing all that? Because it's really good.
I'll be honest with you, it's 100% AI, but it's my thoughts.
That shit's taking me out of business. I hate AI so much. It's
crazy. I wish I didn't have to rely on AI, but I am no photographer. So like, it's like, I think like, hey, I want this picture to look like this. I want our tacky strawberry wax to be in a bunch of strawberries. So this whole table that we're set up on is actually my business table. I have like a little mini light studio where I was taking pictures of our tins and stuff. And I would be like, all right, cool. We got a strawberry wax. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy strawberries. I'm going to lay them up around my wax and take a picture. And I'll take the picture and it's shit. It's a shit picture. The strawberries aren't red enough. And you know, like there's like a little brown spot here and the strawberries are wet. So there's little wet spots here. And I'm like, this picture looks like crap. And then I'll go onto this app that I downloaded and I say, hey, I want this tin of wax. I want it in a bed of strawberries and I want the strawberries to be red. I want the green of the strawberries to be vibrant green.
It's taking me out of business. It's doing my job for me.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not a
No, it's all right. I read something like graphic design, like what I do, is going to be obsolete in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like it's going to be a lot. I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan nowadays, and all he talks about is how AI is taking over everything.
Yeah, but your stuff,
you
should have lied to me and said you did it yourself, because I would have probably hired
you. If it makes you feel better, the thought is mine. Okay. I just have it design it because I can't. We don't even have a beach that looks like half the beaches in our. But
as a graphic designer, it looks really good. Now
our beaches suck here. I have to use AI.
They're just sand. We don't have cool rocks and docks like I put in my pictures. But
so your soap, is that
I'm interested about the soap because at first,
me too.
When you threw it up the first time on one of the social media posts, Abdu texted me. He was like, "Oh, look, they came out with this new thing. It's like a scented thing to throw in your bag." And I was like, "A scented thing to throw in your bag?" So I looked it up. I said, "It's not a scented thing. It's a bar of soap."
It's a bar of soap. Yeah.
So
I actually
soap and wax.
Plug. I thought it was a butt plug. I was getting really excited.
That's an uncomfortable looking plug. That is uncomfortable looking if you thought that was a plug.
You can't really tell, but it's layered. It's layered soap with a tentacle and some bubbles.
We'll throw some pictures up because we'll clip this up and throw it on our social media.
Oatmeal scrub there.
Yeah.
Too,
so again, it came from. I'm going to be honest with you. A majority of this company came from me just being bored. Like I used to be a full-time worker. Like I worked on the ambulance, and before that, I was military, and I'm bored because I'm a stay-at-home mom now. So it's like all I do is take care of the kids, and I'm like, what is my purpose right now until school's done? So the soap came about because there would be so many times that Nick would text me at the rink after a game.
I peed in the shower. My feet are burning. I need some soap.
He peed on his feet. He peed on his feet, and he didn't have soap in his bag to wash off the pee from his feet. So
I didn't think I needed it.
So
antibacterial urine.
I researched a lot.
Antimicrobial.
I was like, I know I want to do like a soap. And like in the future, I think I might want to actually do a gel, which is a little easier to throw into a hockey bag. But I wanted to start off like it's a starter. It's a starter product. So I was like, Nick tells me all the time he forgets soap. Is a bar of soap practical for a hockey bag? Probably not 1,000%, but like there are ways to kind of make it doable. There was a time that I was trying to do like before the soap thing, I was trying to do kind of like a chocolate thing for a while. Like I was thinking if we set up at a tournament, if we set up at a tournament, Like we do okay. If we set up a table at a tournament and we're running the booth, we do good. We sell a lot of wax, but like there was so many like women that would come up or moms that would come up or
chocolate edibles.
Yeah, like I wish. People that didn't necessarily play hockey would look at our wax and be like, oh, this is cool, but like I don't have a purpose for it, so they wouldn't buy anything. So I'm like, well, what can I do to bring not only hockey players to our wax, but also family members of hockey players that are at the tournaments as well? And I was like, oh, I could do like a loaded chocolate bar. That's a huge thing now. Like the Dubai chocolate bars are selling like crazy. People are spending so much money on stuffed chocolate bars. Let me try that. So I buy a bunch of like tentacle molds and all this kind of stuff. And then I realized chocolate's not for me. Like I'm not good at this. I can't figure it out. So
people go to school for that.
They go to school. I'm here trying to learn it in my little kitchen, and I'm not doing good. Like it's edible, but it's like it's not worth like money. So I'm like, well, I got all these silicone molds. Like, what can I do? And I think Nick texted me that he forgot soap one day, and I was like, well, let me try soap. And
Shark Tank.
Yeah. So we made the soap. It was my first batch ever of making soap. I did okay. I think I can improve. If it becomes a product that sells, like if we can market it or we can get another booth at a tournament, I think it'll sell fine with the women.
Hey, I know a tournament in July in Naperville.
Men not so much, but women would like it.
You definitely.
I don't know.
You can't really pass around this bar. You know what I mean?
How can wash my back? How can you wash my back?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can pass around the gel a lot easier than the bar, but I don't know. You could figure out a way to deal with the bar.
That's another thing that like has been in the brain to try to figure it out. It's just, again, with the soap, it's all natural ingredients. It's all everything that's like, I know what's in that soap. With gel, from what I've researched and what I've looked up, it's adding ingredients that like maybe aren't so great.
Gel soap is basically like liquid dishwashing or liquid detergent. So I had so I'm a general contractor, so I work outside a lot and I wear a lot of collared shirts. And so I was getting, I can't even think of the name of them, but basically like a zit that would not form a head on all around my neck. I wouldn't get them all the time, but I'd get them like once every 3 months. They'd be bad where I'd have to go to the doctor, have the doctor cut them open to relieve them because they just got to hurting so bad. And the doctor was like, look, he was like, what are you using for soap? And I was like, because he was like, I understand you're bathing every day. He was like, we understand that. He's like, what are you using for soap? I was like, just gel, like, Old Spice gel and stuff. He's like, gels don't really have a ton of cleaning power in them. He's like, you need to go back to like a Dove bar soap. He's like, that stuff like works the best. So I've switched over to literally Dove bar soap. And it's kept my skin a lot clearer, just going back to, again, like what you're describing, a more natural, non-detergent type based soaps. That's good. So I would 100% buy one of the soaps, especially if it's an all natural thing.
Yeah, just it's all natural. Yep, everything that goes into that soap I know exactly what's in it. There's no fillers or. Yeah. I feel like that's a big thing for me. Like if I have a product that I'm selling, I want to make sure that if somebody was to be like, what's in your wax or what's in your soap or what's in your future products, I can tell them exactly what's going into it. It's nothing that's like, oh, there might be this ingredient that's like, that's in there or whatever. Or, people have allergies and people have like, you probably had some sort of reaction with friction to the collar of your shirt or whatever. And you don't want to add
from his boyfriend on his back.
Yeah. You don't want to add to that with something unnatural.
Calm down, Jess. Calm down. Yeah.
But that's the point with all of our products. So if someone like Abdu wants to take a bite out of our wax, it's not
you can't.
Oh, dude.
It's not.
So it's 100% edible. It's 100% edible.
I'm not marketing it.
When we say edible, it won't.
This is where I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna.
It will not kill you. Whether or not it'll digest fine is another story. It won't put you in the hospital.
When we go off camera,
I would not recommend.
At the end of this podcast, we have a story for you. I don't want to say. Oh my God! But Nick, how did you become a Detroit Lions fan, a Detroit Red Wings fan, and a Michigan? You're not from the Michigan area?
No, so
just a smart guy. You're just a smart guy, right?
Yeah. It wasn't very smart there for a while, but But yeah, no, Detroit's cleaned itself up a good bit in the last couple of years. It's becoming a nice place for people to come and visit and live, and it doesn't have the 90s reputation it once did. But yeah, my whole family is from the Michigan area. My mom's side is from Allen Park, which is, I believe, what is that, east of Detroit? And then my dad's family is from Brighton, which is a little further. It's a little more urban, and it's a little. I think that would be west of it. I could be wrong on both of those, but
his family's from Michigan, nonetheless.
But yeah, my grandfather took me to a bunch of Lions games when I was growing up. 3, 4, 5 years old, I was going to Lions games pretty regularly, and I myself, I'm raised in the Charleston area, but my whole family grew up playing hockey, and my brother's 9 years older than me, so I grew up watching him and watched him play high school hockey in Charleston. We came down here when he was in about 4th grade, so I've been here ever since, and to be honest, the level of compete with travel hockey was pretty decent 15 years ago, but it's kind of it's tapered off a little bit, I would say.
Yes. Okay.
But we just brought a new junior team to Charleston.
They're back.
Well, they're back. Yeah.
Charleston's travel program just won a national title, I thought, not too long ago, didn't they?
They did with the old Colonial team did, I believe. Yeah.
I think so, because that was one of the things when our program first started up. We were like, yeah, we're not going up there to play against those guys. They just won a title. We are a brand new program. We're going to get our stuff pushed in.
I grew up here, and I've been playing Charleston hockey for the majority of my life here. So it's been cool, man. It's a tight knit family down here.
100%. All right, guys.
It's getting busy on my house. You guys have been really, really awesome to talk to, but it's starting to get a little chaotic over on my end as it's dinner time and everything. So
it's that time of the night.
I'm gonna let you guys hop off, and we'll, but we'd love to have you guys back on. Obviously, we're gonna
come back on again.
Yeah, we're gonna post more. We'll post about all the products you guys have, and we'll make sure we get all the website and everything going. Actually, before we get off, tell us whatever the website and social media and all, so we can know to send everybody to them.
Yeah, so the Instagram page is Wizkey, WIZKEY _hockey. That's the Instagram page. And then the website is whiskeyhockey.bigcartel.com. And you can order off that site, and it'll include shipping already in there. And it's actually awesome. It takes a lot of stress off of me in that term of it. But yeah, that's the big. If I don't think so. If you want to order on the website, that's fine. If you want to DM us directly, we can also do it that way too. We're not like only order off the website, because I know some people don't like really going on websites, which is fine. So either one of those two outlets, you can order wax or soap or shirts, or our new products are coming out. And I kind of I got off of social media personally, but I run the Wizkey Wax page, so I'm on it all the time. Pretty much answer DMs and stuff instantly, and unless you text me at 11 o'clock at night, you're going to get a response pretty quickly. And then I ship out next day. So if you order something that day, it's in the mail the next day. There's no kind of turnaround wait period or anything like that. I want to make sure people get their products as fast as possible, because I know how much waiting for something you ordered kind of sucks.
So let's get some soap.
Bring back the colors, or what, boys? What do you think?
I'll tell you what. We'll use this as a social media poll. I'll put it on I'll put it on our for the people that use it. There's some guys in Chicago bought it too. I like the colors. Yeah, but that's just me. So we'll do a social media poll and see.
Yeah, do it. Let us know. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Abdu.
Hey, thank you guys. We'd love to have you on again. Really good podcast.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. You guys have been awesome. We would definitely get you guys back on. I'm excited. I'll have to reach out. We'll get some soap and stuff coming this way. So won't need a ton of wax right now, because I don't have
Yeah.
don't even have
place to
but
play.
we do shower. We do shower. How come on over to my house and then we'll put the soap
with the wax.
What
What's the wax
driving
gonna
to
do?
Charleston? We'll find you some teams up here. Come play
Oh
for
my
us.
gosh!
Up here.
Somebody mentioned that, and I was like, guys, look, that's such a long
That's
drive.
such a long
Got a
drive.
bar
Oh.
for each of you guys. It's
Oh,
nice.
there you go. Look at
group
there.
shower.
You got the
Group shower.
oatmeal
Right then and there.
scrub, a little.
We only need one bar of soap for the two
We
of
only
us.
need one bar.
I can't wait to accidentally drop the soap. Hey, Jess, really quick. You know Nathan Tichy, right?
Yep.
I got a great video to send you.
Okay.
Oh gosh, we talked about it on the earlier podcast. I don't know if you guys listen. I'm sure you see some of the social media stuff intermittently. But yeah, we'll tell you off air because we've already talked about it on. But he'll send you the video.
I'll send
pretty
you.
good.
Yeah, let me see.
All right, don't bump off.
We're gonna bump you out, but don't leave. So
Okay, absolutely.
guys, thanks a bunch.
Thank
we
you so
appreciate it. We'll
much.
see you.
Thank you.
Sorry, Holland, I was bad.
All good.
But,
Good people. No, you're good. They
really
were just
good.
Yeah. Good story stuff too. I love it. I love all the background on the wax, the soap. It's really good. Like the hockey background also. Yeah. Sorry, I went on mute there towards the end, and I'll be perfectly honest. When Nick was describing some of the stuff there at the end, I'm not sure what he said. So you'll
okay.
have to.
When you were talking, I have no idea what you said when you were talking.
Yeah, fair enough. You have to catch me up. It was my youngest daughter apparently did something pretty awful and sassy towards my wife, and I couldn't see it. But it happened like just off to my left, and the next thing I know is I heard Sarah kind of fuss at her, so I instantly hit the mute button. And then I'm glad I did because it got a little wild over here for a second. So, anyways, yeah, it was nuts. So I apologize for that. So,
hey, that was a good podcast. Really good.
100%. Absolutely.
Great
Yeah. Absolutely.
I hope, order their stuff, you guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wax,
if you're using any other wax and you're playing hockey other than Wizkey Wax, what is wrong with you? This stuff is awesome. I love it. Like I said, I've got it. I love it. Can't say enough of it.
My shirt, the Chicago tournament, I want my shirt back.
Mine too. Someone took mine too. I'm pretty sure I know who took mine.
There's a thief because I had a black
Wizkey Wax T-shirt.
Yeah,
thief.
bitches.
All right,
return it.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Love you. Peace.
Bye, bitches.